The minute I hear that recording in progress means we are ready to go. This is Sandy Grigsby. Sandy, what's your middle name?
Marissa.
How often do you use that?
On my Facebook every moment.
Yeah, because you don't use Sandy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I do on my Facebook page, but so, on my Facebook like private account, it's Sandy Marissa.
It's 3 names. Sandy Marissa Grigsby.
Yes.
Is there any other names?
I wish there were. I would come up with something amazing like crystalline.
Yeah, but weren't you baptized Catholic?
Yes.
Didn't you have confirmation?
Yes.
Don't you have a confirmation name?
Probably on that little piece of paper.
You don't know what it is?
Somewhere with the candle that I never burned. I stopped doing all that when I went to, what is it called when you go when you're 14, 15 in high school and you go to the church to do that like after school thing?
CCD, catechism.
Whatever it was.
I was a teacher.
I did that and they were giving us all these lectures, and then the mentors, the older kids that were like 17, 18, were going behind the tombstones and making out. And we're like, I thought you were supposed to do that.
Yeah, Catholic people are the horniest.
Yeah, well, that's when
all religions, I think they are.
I
mean, there's a Billy Joel song that's all around Catholic girls. But okay, so I have Joseph is my confirmation name. And then I have a baptism because I got rebaptized as Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, and that's Demetrius. So it's Kenneth Robert Joseph Demetrius Rakowski.
Like it makes him Greek.
It is a big deal. Demetrius is a big deal. The reason why is because having all these names, I've noticed a lot of people, because there's so many of the same names, they're starting to use their middle names more often to differentiate themselves. Like Clay, that's a unique name. You don't see Clay. I mean, Clay Banks sounds like a porn name. It sounds like traditionally.
I used to know a Clay.
Ron Jeremy and Clay Banks, the Big Bang. But it's got that name. But like Joseph Banks, who I interviewed one recently, he had to put a C in there so he would differentiate himself, because now he doesn't sound like every other Joseph Banks.
Yeah, well, good thing Grigsby is not a very common name.
It's not. People spell it wrong all the time.
All the time. Even though they're like the most famous football players named Grigsby, but for some reason.
It's a bench dog.
Yeah. But differentiating yourself is really important because everybody wants to be unique. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
But have you noticed that when people start being unique, they start looking like everyone else, like when they dye their hair blue?
You mean like all the other people who are dyeing their hair blue to be unique?
And now they're not unique anymore.
Yeah.
So what's unique is the accomplishments we do, right? The achievements we do. The things that make us different are the things that we say, hey, look what I have done that would be different than what somebody else has. So it's not our name, it's the works. So the problem is people get caught up in their name. They want to have a real sophisticated name, but if there's nothing attached to it, no byline, no Wikipedia page, no accolades, it's just a name.
It's just a name.
So if you want,
it's not a good name, depending on the history of that name.
Yeah, but
Google yourself. You might find out you're a serial killer.
I am really, by the way, don't just Google yourself, Google your image. And then don't just Google it, Bing yourself. Bing is even more interesting because nobody goes over to Bing to see the images that they have on, because Microsoft does a totally different image search.
Yep.
So Binging yourself really shows where people have taken pictures, tagged you, and next thing you know, you're in there. And it's not from Facebook. It's from things like Twitter, Instagram. That's where you are in there.
But start with Google because that's what most people look at.
So I wanted to start this year, as we're ending our first month, all around what each one of us wants as intersexes, meaning what women want, what guys want, what guys think they want, which they don't want. And same things, what girls think they want or women want, and they really don't want. And I wanted to go through this process because I wanted you to see if you agree, because here's the thing. Sandy has helped out a lot of people in our community. She's told them to go read Way of a Superior Man, go to Alison Armstrong and go pick up, Understanding a Woman. She's really done a lot on the personal development for a lot of the guys. And they follow you. Matter of fact, I was talking to Stephen Harms yesterday, and Stephen goes, yeah, him and his girlfriend, they read Way of a Superior Man every single night. That's their bedtime stories, and they've gotten so much out of it. No, but I agree with that.
That's funny.
Why is that funny?
It's just funny.
So what I wanted to do, and I was kind of putting this list together over the last 2 weeks, and this is what men want in a relationship. And I would say, pretend I'm not here. And this is like Housewives of Dubai, and the camera's just on you, and you're doing a confession. Out of a scale 1 to 100, and you have to be honest, where would you put your relationship with your man?
In terms of what?
100's great.
That's a great
Okay.
question.
And then I'm gonna ask myself the same question as if she's not here. Okay. So on a scale 1 to 100, honestly, where would you put your relationship?
I would say it's at like a 96.
Where would you put the communication on a scale 1 to 100?
Now
What's
or back in the day?
No, it's only based upon now. You don't go back to
Now the communication is at probably a 97. It's actually pretty good. I'd probably give it a 96 too. It's like 96.5.
communication, and then where would you put physical into that? Love language, touching.
Oh, 100%.
And then where would you put future?
Future, I would say, yeah, like a 98.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
You're not here?
Hold on, let me hide over here.
I put us at 90.
What?
You're not here. You're not
This
here.
is my
No,
fist
no,
reaction.
no, no,
What
no,
are you
no,
saying?
no. I would put communication at 85.
It's all your fault.
Mhm. I would put physical at 95.
Okay.
I would put future at 95. But now let me explain the reason why I said that.
Because he doesn't want sex ever again.
No, I'm all the time. Even when I don't want it, I want it. It's a weird thing. I don't want sex, but my body's saying it needs it somehow, and
It's not getting it anymore.
well, there's a reason. The communication is where I don't think women realize when a guy asks a very simple question to a woman, like, what are you thinking about?
We give him the answer.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No,
We're
you don't.
thinking about things we don't want him to know at that
Right,
moment. So
so-
nothing.
Right.
Hello.
And when
My
I-
communication is excellent.
So like Michael Bishop, who's coming on here right now, I go home, Michael, what do you think about it? He will tell me exactly what he's thinking about. I'm thinking about the color purple right now, and I'm thinking about how my socks, for some reason, I think I have a hole in my left heel. Exactly what he's thinking about.
So here's the deal. Women, well, let's not just exclusively make this women. Let's say the feminine.
Yeah, the feminine. Let's do
Okay.
that. The feminine.
The feminine have much more compassion when it comes to relaying what they're actually thinking. Because if we told you exactly what we're thinking, your little egos would be.
But we need that.
Yeah, but
because
you
that-
don't want that all the time.
Unless it's accurate. Unless it's and that.
Well,
problem-
here's the deal. Women, or the feminine, we change our minds at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So right now, we might think something that will crush you. And I mean, like, have you guys ever seen that movie, Core, where they break
No, you're
off that
still-
ship and it's in the
No,
earth and,
no.
and it crushes it and then it floats through space like a little rock, right? Okay, that's what would happen. But it's just in that exact moment that we felt that way. And then 10 minutes later, we feel different. But you as men, I mean, masculine, couldn't get over it. You'd be like stuck on it forever.
Yeah, because you said it.
But that's my point. Women are flippant and fickle. So we're going to say nothing to protect you, which makes our communication excellent. But you can't handle it. So like something that was said that you shouldn't even have heard, you'll be all bent out of shape about it forever. And we're so beyond it. We're like, that wasn't
then
even
it's-
what they meant.
But it's not accurate then.
But that's how women are. I mean, feminine are. We just changed our minds. We're fickle in that sense. Isn't it lovely?
And this is why communication's at 85.
For you, all the ladies here. All
I
the-
disagree.
I get it. I
all
get
the
it.
little ladies.
Wait,
Put your
wait.
hands up.
I
if you
totally
can.
disagree.
Wait, Brad, wait, Brad wants to say something. What, Brad?
I totally disagree, man. Women, it's like guys are like we'll have an argument, whatever. Remember, it's like that was yesterday, and women for 3 days will hold a grudge.
He does have a point there.
I'm not saying women don't hold a grudge. I'm saying if we as women spoke our absolute truth on everything we're thinking in the moment, because we're fickle and things change, we could literally think one thing and then the next minute change our minds.
But
You guys get butthurt about it. And you don't agree because probably a woman hasn't really been that brutal to you.
I mean, I understand what you're saying that way, but
yeah, but that means it's not the absolute truth. It's the moment truth.
But in
Yeah.
our moment, it's the truth. So you asked, what are you thinking? So if I said, I think X, Y, and Z, you go, and then 10 minutes later, I think something
If a
different.
woman is triggered, won't suddenly a laundry list unfold?
There you go. Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
Again,
yeah, never ask a woman what she's thinking. That's what I've learned.
85.
Wait, what did you say, Brad? Never
Said
ask. a woman?
never ask one. What are you thinking? Just don't. That.
So
It's so great communication.
Or she says you don't want to know.
skills.
You don't want to know. Just say okay.
I do want to know.
Oh,
Like,
you don't.
there was one time where we're sitting around going, hey, I'm just kind of curious of all the guys you've been with, who had the best penis,
Mhm.
right? And she told me, I go, oh, okay, cool. It didn't bother me. I can't go off and go, I'm going to go make this thing just like that one. If she ever asked me, hey,
But he's still
whoever the
talking
nicest-
about it.
Whoever the nicest ass or the nicest boobs, I'm always going to say you.
That's
Always.
such a lie. Now I don't trust you anymore. Our my score for communication just plunged. It went down to 7.
When you start
So
digging a
the
hole,
first-
stop digging.
Yeah, the hole is dug,
Now
my
you see
God.
why when he asks this question, we say nothing.
Okay, so what men want in a woman, okay? This is not what women want in a man. I need to stress this. So what I'm about to say is what us guys, if we would say, here's our list of things we want in you, you can't go, oh, no, you don't want that because, and it's not your logic, it's our logic,
I'm not going to argue your logic.
okay? They want a commitment.
A man from a woman wants a commitment.
A man wants
A masculine from a feminine.
yep, that
Okay.
means they want them to stay by their side.
Yeah, I can see that 100%.
They want to say, hey, I will be done in an hour. That's a commitment.
Mhm.
So when it's an hour and a half later on,
Mhm.
the commitment has been broken.
Yes, I agree with you 100%, which is why women usually say, I don't know, somewhere around. They throw in the savior word, around, but you guys somehow delete that part from what your ears hear. So if I said, I will be done in around an hour, you hear, I will be done in an hour.
Yeah.
But we threw in that caveat that
What
saves
would be
us.
like if a man dates a lawyer?
Ask the guys on here who
Anyone date a
are
lawyer?
lawyers or
Are they
dating a lawyer.
accurate? Like bam, right on that time? I don't know. Okay, next. And guys, you may not think this right now, but I want you to think much more. I want you to think bigger than momentary. Men want wife material. Unless they're out just pony ballooning, getting sex, that's it, okay? But guys are actually trying to find that perfect connection. Unless they're already with the wife material and they're doing it on the side, which is completely bad.
Yeah.
But they want wife material, someone they desire to, and this is where it's going to get kind of deep, to procreate with. Meaning they're out maybe dating, but they're dating to find Miss Right or the
Yes.
feminine right one.
I could see
Okay,
that.
so they're trying to find the connection, to find that puzzle piece that connects perfectly to. I mean, I'm right at that age where it's going to be tough to have kids, but in my mind, if we get pregnant, you get pregnant, I'm cool with it. Okay, I'm cool with it as long as it
A
looks.
bunch of the other guys like,
I'm totally cool with it. It was just really weird last night talking to my buddy Kurt Marvis, and Kurt is 66 years old and he has teenage kids. It's like, wow, Kurt.
you know, it was really weird. We
What?
were in the elevator the other day talking about if we had a baby, Ken would be the one who had to change all the diapers because I don't know how.
Yeah, like I do because I've had
I've never
kids.
had a baby.
Because I've already gone through the whole IKEA process.
So it'd be
But
like,
Adam
here's the
Gillard,
baby. I'll see you in 6 months.
Sorry, guys.
You'll figure it out.
He even
Communication.
took the sleep training course.
I
I have
did.
no idea
I
how to
did
make a
take-
baby
I-
sleep. He knows how.
Okay, they want good looks.
Men or women,
Men,
masculine or feminine.
masculine.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
No, but
So good looks to them.
sexiness and beauty is desirable by men. It is,
Yeah, I can see that.
right? But it's.
But it goes both ways, buddy.
Did you ever?
Guys,
Absolutely.
come on, let's be
Women want
real
that
here.
too, so everybody wants that.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants that. You know, if your lady, or your feminine is smoking, and then you let it all go.
Yeah, you're like John Candy.
She's not gonna say it to
Yeah, but-
you, but she's gonna think it, and she's gonna tell all her friends and her family.
By the way, did
It's
you
gonna be out
notice?
there.
Did you notice how this whole conversation is about what men want in a woman and how it's automatically
just
being
saying.
triggered on this side?
I'm not triggered. I'm
Uh-huh.
just filling in the blanks for
Okay.
information that you're
Next.
missing.
They want intelligence.
Yes,
Someone who's
absolutely.
educated and smart. Now, I know a lot of guys
But
go,
not too educated and smart.
but it's interesting. In the cultures we've experienced over the last year,
Mhm.
that's not a priority. Because they want baby machines,
Yes,
baby
that's why I
making
said not
machines.
too educated.
It's
and smart.
very interesting. Some of this is cultural too. Like with,
Absolutely.
this is the list. Next.
Wait, let's go back to that.
Okay.
So in some cultures, the woman or the feminine who's going to be the baby maker or caregiver, yeah, they don't want her to have bigger goals than that.
I know.
They want that feminine to be
Cultural,
the
right?
home barefoot,
Yeah,
and pregnant,
it's so
and
interesting.
babysitting and wiping and not putting the baby to sleep.
Men want, but because I took the sleep training class.
Yeah.
I did take the sleep training class, cost me $2,000.
Yeah, he's so experienced. He's like a
I
professional.
can make kids sleep, okay? Because it's not about the kids sleeping, it's about the adults tolerating the screaming before they cry themselves to sleep. But that's
Mhm.
next is they want faithfulness.
Yes.
They want their woman to be faithful, or the feminine to be faithful. They are seeking good character, dependable and honest. What?
Yeah.
No, you're looking at that word honest and trying to go deep with it, aren't you?
No, I'm just processing what you said. Good character, dependable, yes.
Okay.
Honest,
They,
yes.
they want true love. Now you can define that any way you want.
Yeah,
They want
that's like
a,
beauty in the eye of the
s-
beholder.
they want a soulmate with a deep connection.
See that?
It was interesting when we started dating, actually before we were a real thing, you used the word twin, or two words, twin flame. How would you define that? What does twin flame mean?
It means you have your identical match in terms of love language and relationship, and you just are symbiotic in the way that you go together.
Now that was over 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Are we still twin flames?
I would say, yeah,
Absolutely.
especially with the amount of tickling you did last night. And you know, there's a no tickling.
Wait.
rule.
I did not tickle last
You
night.
totally tickled. You face tickled. You know what a face tickle is? It's where they use their chin or their
I shaved this
face
morning.
to tickle you, but then their hands are free and not touching you. But they're like,
I didn't do it, guys.
it was
I didn't do it.
torture. I was cracking up. The neighbors were banging on the wall. Like, "Be quiet."
Traits men want in a wife. Now I've been married once. Who else has been married? Clay, have you been married? No.
Never married.
Brad married? What's that mean? Like, of course.
Like 18
Man,
times.
what are you talking about? I like the guys out here in Dubai. Yeah, I've been married. I go, how many divorces? He goes, divorces? No. I'm married twice. I go, how many divorces? None. I got two wives. I'm getting a third. It's just so
Looking for my third.
Yeah.
it's guys, I'll tell you, you might want to listen and go, hey, that sounds good. It looks horrible. Oh my God, it's
Horrible.
bad.
Horrible.
These guys, and we meet a lot of them that have more than one wife. I would never want my daughter to ever be in a situation where, because they're not ethical men when it comes to that relationship.
Not all of them. Some of them.
Really? You've met some?
The Bedouin one. that
Oh,
lives
yeah,
in the
yeah.
desert
The Bedouin
with
one.
a bunch of camels.
It's just
Awesome.
they have 2 wives, 3 wives, and they're still going out sleeping with other women. And they got everything they need back in all these homes because the wives don't live together, by the way. So these guys have an equal house for each wife, which is crazy.
But let's be real. The guys with one wife do that too. Come on, guys.
Okay.
You know who you
Okay.
are.
I did it. I did
He
it.
was one of you. Hence, he knows who you are.
Absolutely. My first marriage, as I said over and over again, I was a horrible, horrible husband.
Keyword horrible.
I did it twice. I was a horrible, horrible husband because I wasn't ready for marriage.
You weren't.
I was ready for being a father. I wasn't ready for marriage, which is
Because you
interesting.
just wanted to take the sleep training class
No,
because
I
lady training was really hot and had big old tickle.
No, she
titties.
didn't. It was no, not at all. Oh, God, no. Not at all. I'm not a big boob man.
I know. I'm just
okay?
messing with
That's
you.
not
Ken.
a
It's
thing.
fun. I'm allowed
That
to
thing
do
doesn't. It was. I wanted to be a dad. I didn't want to be married.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. These guys, for some reason, they want lots of kids. They're not the best dads. They try to be, and they're horrible husbands. The ones we've met, and it's really fascinating out here. Is the culture allows it to proliferate,
That's true.
which is really sad.
That's
So
true.
all of a sudden, when you find a really strong woman out here, and we know several very strong women, they go, "I will never have any part of that. That is not going to happen. I'm one woman, one man. That's it." And all the men that we meet that are from this part of the world, they go, "Yeah, I don't find her attractive."
Yeah. And everyone else laughs because they're like,
Well,
she's
like a 10.
supermodel gorgeous.
Yeah,
They're
she's
like,
not
nah,
attractive.
nah.
No. Yeah, because she sees through your bullshit, is what it is, right? She sees through your bullshit. So here's my thought, guys. When a man says, "I want you," he needs to make sure that he's saying, "I want you because I only want you." The word needs to go in front of the "want you." Now, guys, I know that we're sexual creatures and we look at everything going, boy, I wonder what it'd be like to be with that one. Well, it's kind of like looking at a Ferrari. Can you afford it? Can you afford that Ferrari? Because that's what it's going to cost you. And it's not just in buying it, it's maintaining it.
Maintenance on that sucker.
Yeah. So the idea is you don't just look around going, "Oh, I wonder what it's like to drive that." There's no driving in this world anymore because you're going to have to buy it. Right? It's true.
So
So
many guys that got
Tune-ups.
stuck. Right.
what's that, Ellen?
Tune-ups. Tune-ups are tough, particularly on a Ferrari.
Yes,
Okay.
because they have to take out the whole engine.
No, but just this is where I think as men get more mature, they realize that the woman or the feminine that they fell in love with is everything they want. They just have to put time into it. And the problem is a lot of guys go, "Yeah, I kind of want to, I'm bored of this." Yeah, because they haven't put enough time into growing what that is. But that's another conversation itself, right? So we have several single guys here. Michael Bishop's a single guy.
Hi, Michael
He's a
Bishop.
very desirable man. He's very successful where he's at. He's actually in the country he's in, being Indonesia, the 4th most populated country. I actually think it's number 3. He is the number 1 chiropractor in the entire country. So think about it, almost 350 million people. He's at the top, right?
Mhm.
Desirable, handsome, empathetic, perfect guy,
Yeah.
right?
And he can get you out of a painful situation.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Thank you. I don't know that. Oh, that's great.
but I don't think he knows what the deep side of what he wants in a relationship. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I think the key is to have a list. And you made a list. You told me you did.
Yeah, I did.
And you followed that list saying, yeah, you checked off all the characteristics of what I was when you first met me. Of course, problem is I came with suitcases of baggage,
That's not a joke.
which you were.
You definitely had an old.
'85
Oh,
communication.
you're right. You
Communication.
edited that out. It froze at the good part.
Okay, these are
I just self-censored. But anyone who knows,
Okay, so let's just say we are now at that stage that you look at this feminine, this saying, I want to be with this person, a long-term committed relationship. I think the first thing that every man wants is a peacekeeper.
Yes.
Is it
This
what?
is really important. A peacekeeper.
Oh,
Okay. And the reason why this is important is
Well, subconsciously they want that.
I know that, but when someone
They
says,
might not know
and I think Michael, and I don't mean to pick on you, Michael, but I know you, Michael, peacekeeper would not have been something you would automatically been put on top because we like strong women. Strong women want to dictate a path. And generally, if you're a strong man, it's hard to have peace in that situation.
fire and ice.
Michael?
Yeah.
Fire are the feminine that are, it's gonna be this way, and they like to take control, and they have fire.
That's-
Latinas are known
Yeah,
to be
that's
fire.
not peacekeeping when it comes to now let's move forward.
But it's very sexy, which is why a lot of masculine are attracted to the fire, because it's like, ooh,
Well,
it's
Well, you know what? That's what we cheat on with.
yeah.
That's what, because it's like driving the Ferrari, renting the Ferrari, but I don't want to keep the Ferrari.
Mhm.
So I go off and sleep with that because I want that fire because
Sexy.
I haven't had that in my other relationship unless I was dating it with that person and then it changed.
Mhm. But the ice, even though it sounds cold and frigid, it's actually the calming, soothing sort of peacekeeper. So you need to have like an ice fire. Is that a dry ice?
No, but I like this idea. If you guys, I don't understand when someone says, yeah, I do personal development. You should, but you better be doing relationship development. It's not just personal. It's not you just doing Tony Robbins and doing all those things. What are you doing for your own personal or your personal relationship amongst the couple that you're with? What are you doing when it comes to communication about the relationship? It just doesn't go on autopilot. It doesn't. A successful relationship is like a plane. When a plane is actually flying, it's doing course corrections on a constant basis. If it's 1% off, it will never land properly.
Or it'll crash.
It will crash. So you have to do constant course correction in that relationship. And by the way, any relationship,
Mhm.
like my business partner, Will, I talk to Will 20 hours a week. I talk to Will constantly and we rehash the same things over and over again because we would never want something that says, but you said this, I said this. And we've been doing this for what, three years? Every day we do an 1.5 to 2 hour conversation every day. So that relationship is what I have to do in this relationship, and what she has to do is always course correct.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, most people think, it's okay, we'll talk over the weekend. No, you can't. And it's hard work, guys, but it's worth the work. It really,
But the problem is, it's not about course correcting. It's about not settling.
that's it. That's it.
We get lazy, we get comfortable, we don't want to deal with that. So we just settle.
Yeah,
It's so not healthy.
I would say, what's that, Ellen?
in the beginning, yeah, you didn't mention independence, humor and
I
independence.
haven't done that yet. I haven't done that yet.
Jeez, Alan, stop reading
I
the
st-
head of the notes.
I still have 20 minutes that I have to kill. So I have to come up with this list that I made and go through it. This is called a flow, Alan.
Gotcha.
Just go with me,
I
please.
thought you were pausing, but.
No, I'm not pausing. I just wanted to touch upon that because I also want to say that some of my most favorite times with Sandy is what started off as the most boringest of the day. Meaning we're sitting in the car because I don't put the radio on in the car because I like to literally just listen to everything that's going on. So there's no sound in the car.
Unless you have a car with a really weird
Yeah,
window
no.
seal and it whistles.
Yeah, we had
whole
that
drive around.
in Jordan. And then what Sandy would generally do is she'll start to go on Instagram and look at photos as we're driving. And then something breaks the ice.
And it's not a bug on the windshield.
And all of a sudden that boring moment turns into greatness of conversation, turns into depth of something that was unexpected. So it's almost like, you know what, we allow the moments to happen on a regular basis. We don't drown it out with loud music, things that are getting on a phone and having conversation. We are always in those moments to allow something to happen for communication. And it's actually, it's a beautiful thing. I even tell her, I go, God, I didn't expect this drive to be this awesome. And it is. So communication just went up to 87%.
Oh, see, he has short-term memory, which is part of his communication issue because he doesn't remember how awesome.
We're back to
we are
wife
together.
material here. She is compassionate. How would you define compassionate?
Understanding.
Oh, wait, don't confuse support with compassion.
Didn't say supportive. I could understand and not support you.
Okay.
And in touch with the way that you're feeling.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you hear what she just said? In touch with the way us men feel about it.
Masculine.
No, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. So the support side is really important. So could you imagine, again, let's go to Michael Bishop. Michael Bishop, could you imagine if his wife.
And Michael, take your chin diaper off.
Yeah,
You're on
no,
camera.
because he's at the office.
Oh, well, I'm seeing patients at the moment. I'm just in between.
Okay.
They're out.
So Michael's a great example. Could you imagine someone, and Michael makes very good money, by the way, ladies, he's handsome, he makes good money, he's in Bali. I mean, he's got things going on, right?
He's a winner.
So here's Michael. Imagine he starts to have a relationship with a significant other, and that significant other hates his business, but it's his love.
Yes.
And this happens a lot, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
Happens a lot. And let me give you some examples. Let's just pretend Sandy and I are dating, which we are, and she doesn't like my business partner, but the business is doing well. So psychologically,
Don't worry, Will, I love you.
she does. She would somehow affect the relationship, maybe not deliberately, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, by making little
Comments, twists, but that's not being supportive.
Nope.
Supportive is, you know, keep on going. I'm there 100%, tight-lipped. And by the way, the same thing's for us guys. If you know something's going great in that person's professional relationship, and you may not like the partner or partners, but it's going, shut up, support, allow it to move in that direction. So it's a two-way street on this one. Okay. Loyal and affectionate. So it was funny because I was telling Sandy, hey, this is what the topic is. I go, what men want from women. And right away she says, sex.
All the guys look away because like, yes.
Don't
Yes,
women
we
want that
get
too, though? I mean, that's a two-way, but I mean, they both want that and the intimacy.
Well,
and the
Oh,
sex.
no.
It's okay, Brad. You can believe that. Makes you
Yeah,
really happy.
I don't think that actually. I think that first, what us men want is we want loyalty and we want affection. Now, where that affection goes is where the relationship is able to take it. And I think that's where, let me give you an example. You might be a horn dog, Brad, and you might want it all the time. And she might give it to you all the time, but she may not want it all the time.
Probably does.
There's a difference between giving it to you or allowing you to have it and her wanting it.
Unless she's.
Oh, she wants it. She wants
Then
it.
She wants it. And this is something we got to be very cautious of, guys, especially as we get older. It's always not the same. So it's fascinating because we actually have an agreement. And the agreement is we're only going to have sex when we both want it. And this is important. What? Oh, no, wait, what's that look? What?
I'm sorry, I had to laugh. Okay.
Did you break the agreement?
I never break the agreement. I just think it's cute that you had that agreement.
What do you mean I? What do you mean I?
That's so cute.
What do you mean I have the agreement? You're the one who said yes to it.
Okay.
And sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's also about intimacy. It's not always about being sexy. And sometimes it's about the intimacy of it and the closeness of it. It's not just
Affection,
Mhm.
affection. Goes
I
back
agree
to
with
affection.
him. I was going to
What's
say
that,
something about
Joette?
I agree with him. I was going to say something about intimacy. I think a lot of it has to do with intimacy. It's everything working up, and it's just the way you flow. It's that ebb and flow between you, and so intimacy with sex. I'm a little different, but I totally agree. It's a lot within intimacy. I'll just leave it at that.
Yes, there you go, Joette.
But that's affection.
Uh-huh.
What? No, what are you saying? Are
I
you
was
saying,
just saying.
Gee, are you agreeing with what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're not agreeing.
I didn't say I didn't agree.
Yeah, but you're not communicating properly. We're going back to an 82% now. We're going down. We're going down with the whole communication level. Express what you're saying. What?
I guess we had that agreement.
We did have that agreement.
I know. Yeah.
All right. This is something that I brought up. It's probably one of the most important failures in most relationships is values.
That's really important.
Why are you
I'm
laughing?
still laughing about the last part.
What?
Can't help it.
Well, we did.
Okay, over it.
Values are probably one of the most important things in any relationship, business, professional, personal. If this is where contention happens with kids, is when your values are different than their values and you hit heads.
Yeah.
She actually made sure we had the same value structure before we even started dating,
So true.
right? Right away, you went after and started almost like questioning me just to see if there's even any potential.
Totally. Only because of a lifelong experience of picking the wrong people who
Would-
don't have similar values.
Right. And that values is what, in a lot of ways, you tolerated, but it would now never allow you to have a perfect connection.
Well, I was stuck in the feminine idea of I can change them. I
Mhm.
can change them.
Yeah.
You can't change them. Stop trying. You might be able to change their shoes if they're really bad, but you can't change what's going on in here.
Yeah, that's
So if you don't pick someone with the right values that align with yours, it's really rough.
So let's make sure we understand when we say values, okay? Values could be political. I think it's an important one. I don't know how certain people that are in totally different political parties really, especially in today's world, it's so divisive and separative.
Mhm.
The other one would be
Religious.
faith.
Yeah.
Faith. So if I was a hardcore Muslim and you were a Hindu, we would probably have a different value structure.
Been there, done that.
It wasn't those religions, but you have.
It was pretty much those religions.
It was Islam and Christian,
Catholicism.
yeah, Catholic, and it was hard, right?
Ooh,
Right, different value structure.
Yeah.
Another value
I
structure.
respect the religion, but didn't get along.
Another value structure would be nutrition, health, lifestyle. Imagine if all I want to do is eat rice
Mhm.
pudding all day long,
That's a big one.
and the other person doesn't. If you watch our stories, you'll know who devours the rice pudding on Instagram. But I'm just saying, if it was, we actually eat very, very healthy. We really do. But the process is, if we had different
Ask
values.
him who ate the cheese kniffet and didn't share it.
I didn't know you were paying attention, okay?
Oh,
There's this thing that's from Turkey that is insanely good called cheese.
I wasn't paying attention. How did I know you ate it?
And that was like 3 days ago, and she still has this kind of damn. All right.
Communicate very well.
Hey, now we noticed that this was brought up a moment ago, and that is she is independent.
Yes.
Independence is interesting because I think that's got to be the definition of what the man believes independent is, not what she thinks independence is.
Okay. Explain.
If you go, hey, for the next 4 days, I'm going out. That is independent, but that might be a little more stretching the bounds of what the guy's independence wants to be, right? Where if you go, hey, I'm going to go out for the day, I think that's great. Go out for the day, hang out. I'll be doing my thing, and we come together. But if you go, hey, I'm going to go off for the next couple of days, and I don't really need to call you because you trust me, that might be stretching that relationship side of what the man thinks at least my definition of what independence would be.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's unique to you because other guys would be like, all right.
I saw this one TikTok video where the wife is sitting with the guy and she goes, "Oh my God, I think I'm," and she passes out and he goes, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening." And as she's laying on the ground, he goes, "Oh my gosh," and puts on his game set going, "Guys, let's play some video games." She's out of it. It's like, all right, different definition there, right?
I think it's about being interdependent. Like there's dependent, codependent, and interdependent. So it's, I think
Brad, I have to admit, and I have no problem saying this, I am 100% with exclamation marks behind it, codependent on Sandy.
Yep.
And I don't have a problem.
that's independent. I mean, that's interdependent, not codependent.
It's a, you know what? You're right.
Interdependent. You're not codependent.
Well, what's the definition then? I need you.
It's interdependent. You're still.
I know that, but let me
independent
just
doing your
say,
own
if
thing.
something happens to Sandy where we're at in our relationship right now,
It's
it would be
interdependent.
not just, okay, maybe you're right. Wait, are you saying no to that?
I didn't say no. I just
No,
said
no.
okay.
No, you're saying I'm codependent and it's.
No,
help me
that's
out.
You're
No,
both.
interdependent. Codependent means you can't say, "Oh, she's gone. I'm running." That's not. But you guys
It
are
is not.
interdependent, where you depend on each other, but in a healthy way, where you can do your own thing, but work
And
together
why don't
too.
you tell, I had a girl date the other day. Why don't you tell everyone where you ended up?
What do you mean? It's because okay, I started this conversation earlier, okay? Many of you guys weren't here. So Sandy's got a thing with hair, okay? Especially my hair. And if my hair is not done the right way, she always goes, "Oh, no, your hair." So she literally does my hair, okay? I'm not not every day, but like when I go on metal, my hair's all poofed up. It's because she did it. The other day, we had a double date with another couple, and she goes, "Oh my God, I'm out all day. Who's gonna do your hair?" And I go, "I'll get it done. Don't worry about it. My
He
hair."
said he was gonna do it
I was
himself.
gonna do it myself. So the end of the day, I meet Sandy and the other couple, and she goes, "Damn, your hair looks awesome, right?" And she's all, "Well, I actually went to a salon to get it done because I don't know how to do it, but I didn't want to disappoint you." But that has nothing to do with codependence. That's just, I wanted to make you feel proud, that I wouldn't make you be embarrassed because I wouldn't be at the standard that you have established when it came to my hair.
Okay.
That's just called love. If I didn't care, I'd go, "I don't care."
Where did you end up?
What, I mean, well, I don't understand. What do you mean we're in it?
Almost at the same place where we were at.
I wasn't looking for you. I know. Oh, you're talking about Paul. I love to go in there. They got great croissants. Okay. Ways to get and give emotional support. Men, by the way, when I say emotional support, here's the deal. What I've learned over the years is I want Sandy to tell me everything. I want the girl to literally just dump on me on everything. I do. I want to hear everything.
Mm-mm.
I do not want to dump on everything to her.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Don't.
Don't
Matter of
do
fact,
it.
this is a huge problem for the masculine when they start dumping on the feminine. It really affects the security side of how the feminine feels about the masculine.
That's a one-way dumping landfill.
Yeah. And
It
this is,
dumps feminine to the masculine, not the masculine.
it was
to the
interesting
feminine.
too. I heard in a private conversation, Tony Robbins talk about, because Tony, I'm not sure his last, not this relationship, one before, fell apart. One time he said that he shared all the things that was going on in his mind, and you saw her go, "Oh," like as if you're not that gigantic conqueror that I
Mhm.
thought you were. It literally changed the way she saw him.
Remember the movie Core and that breaking
No,
off?
God,
and
we're back to core. We're
That
back to
happens.
core.
Mhm.
So I want you guys to realize, if you want emotional support, make sure you know at what point of emotional support. Because if I go, "Oh my God, my business is falling apart, my partner is taking money and all," this is going to ruin the connection, and the support you're going to get is actually probably life support.
Mhm.
Like you are, yeah, I'm helping you out, so I get the hell out of here.
When you hear those divorces that came out of the blue, at some point he probably verbally diarrheaed his
It's true.
emotional support.
That's
from her.
where it starts. And it's a problem. Guys wish they can do this.
That's why guys need mandates.
Yeah, this,
Mandates. Ooh,
you should mandate a mandate.
mandates. You need a mandate, guys, or masculine, because you need to have that time to vent your frustrations and all that stuff and build your man strength together. Women are not, the feminine is not where you do that.
No,
Mm.
not at all. So when Sandy says, what's on your mind? I will tell her what's on my mind about my socks having a hole in it, or I'm thinking about the color purple,
Mhm.
or I will give you, but I'm not going to say, you know, I got this one issue right here where my accounts receivable is $150,000 lower than I thought. And because of this, I'm going to
No.
have to probably take some money, sell some crypto, even though it's down by, 60%. I mean, she doesn't want to hear that.
Nope. And the fact that he doesn't do that means a 96 on communication.
But it's true. And unfortunately, us guys, we want you to say, all right, I'm your partner in that. And that's one thing that I realized too in this relationship, because it is so freaking awesome. By the way, other relationships were in the 30s and 40s when it came to communication and all this thing. The reason why it is awesome is she is not my partner when it comes to those things.
Mhm.
Now, her and I will have businesses together in the future. We will. But we're going to get to that point where we can have those businesses in our mature relationship. We're not there.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with the maturity in our relationship. It's our maturity in our businesses.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then we'll bring it together. Many don't understand that. And I think I've had businesses with past relationships, and you have too.
Yeah.
Hence the word past.
Very, very far distant past.
Because the relationship wasn't mature enough to have that professional relationship inside it. So guys, make sure you are dumping your shit with one another, not with your feminine.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's just, so let's get a little bit more clarity on that.
Yes, go ahead.
Otherwise people are like, what are you talking about? So pretty much it's about security. The feminine needs, desires, wants, must have, thrives off of, excels off of security.
Mhm.
So security can come in many shapes and forms for everyone. But ultimately, if deep down inside they don't feel safe with you, it's gonna go south. Which means if you're blubbling all of your pain points that they don't need to hear, that's going to make them feel less secure in the relationship. I mean, it might not be money. Your money might be great. It might be that you're feeling a certain way about something else. And it's not necessarily the relationship you have with them. It might be something else. You can't decide for that person what that thing is that's going to make them feel insecure. And so you just have to have your mandates and dump all that garbage on your guy buddy friends.
I'll tell you what would be a test.
Yes.
Don't do this in front of her. Here's your test. If you open up your internet history, would you think she would question anything in there that would make her feel insignificant or insecure?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because if there's porn links in there, if
That
there's
she doesn't know about.
how to rescue yourself from potential bankruptcy links inside there,
And she doesn't know about.
Uh,
Keyword that
lit-
she doesn't know about.
litigation issues, chances you may not be attracted to the other sex, whatever it is, questioning your own personal sexuality links, whatever. And she's going to go, what's going on here?
Because they'll always turn it back around on them.
That's
selves.
right. There's that security that's
You
Sandy's
just
talking
said
about.
Not
don't
good enough.
tell them and don't dump that stuff. And then, so if you have those things, then your bankruptcy or whatever, you're saying don't share it.
No.
I said it was a test.
He's saying it's a test. Here's the thing. If you're going bankrupt, obviously in certain situations, you're going to have to tell. I can't just, I'm going bankrupt one day, the house is gone. Ah! No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you're going bankrupt. So you tell your partner, and then you spill all of your fears about how you don't know how you're going to recover. You don't know
Don't
how
do
you
that.
got this
We don't do
way.
that.
You're starting to blame people. You're blaming yourself. You're feeling insecure. You're doubting all your doubts and fears and all the emotional trauma that goes with it. You give that to them.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh my God, he can't handle this shit. Oh my God, I have to figure out a way to survive now. I can't handle him not handling it. What are we going to do? And then your feminine starts freaking out. And now your feminine becomes masculine because your feminine feels like they have to save the day and become the dude. And then that's where the belittling starts. the micromanaging, the little condescending remarks because they're not feeling safe and secure in the relationship with you. So they just start making cuts. Well, is that going to make you feel better?
No, emasculate.
It's going to make you feel even shittier.
So let me take the scenario a different way. Let's say you are going through a bankruptcy situation, right? And now you sit down because you have to tell your partner what's going on. You go, I have a plan. Okay, we're going through this situation. The economy, whatever, is not allowed the business to generate the revenue. We are $150,000 behind. I'm going to tell you how we're going to get out of this. Okay, it's not gonna feel good initially, but there's a bright side on the other side. And here's the plan. The feminine's going to go, okay, yeah, you're right. It's not going to feel good, but you do have a plan, and I support and trust you.
Because it's the security.
That's right.
The security is that you can handle it.
Mhm.
But if you give that, if you make them think that you can't handle it, that's where they're going to start plotting an escape route.
Yeah.
Because the feminine is all about security 100% any way you swing it. And like I said, for every feminine, it could be different. It could be emotional security. It could be financial security. It could be physical security.
Well, but it's also the dominant side. Let me give you one last example. All you guys know, if you girls ever seen the movie 300, Leonidas, okay? Leonidas, even though he knew he was going into utter destruction with his troops, okay? If he was walking and go, guys, I'm not sure, we're going to get obliterated, man. They're going to cut off every one of our arms and toes. It's going to be horrible. We're all the guys are going to go, fuck, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
But he says, we're charging in. We're going to protect our humanity. We're doing yes, Sparta. And even though it was death, it was dominance and confidence.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, that's where us men, and by the way, men don't do this anymore. And I'm not saying being a dick on the whole dominant side. I'm dominating the problem. I'm owning the situation, and I'm taking it on.
You always have to have a plan.
You know?
The plan makes the feminine feel secure. You don't have a plan. So here's a great example. You have a business and it's not doing well. And you're stressed out all the time, and your feminine watches you stress out all the time. And then you tell them how stressed out you are, and you don't tell them how you're going to fix it. Even if you have no idea, make something up. I have a plan to fix it. I'm working on the plan, but I'm going to fix it.
Yeah.
Make them feel like you know what the hell you're doing. Because if you don't, they get squirrely
So the other
and
night,
start running.
so the other night I didn't sleep. I'm laying in bed. And I had a lot of things going on in my mind. And Sandy goes, what's going on? Why aren't you sleeping? I go, I've got a lot on my mind. I'm not saying, oh my God, I have an issue here's because that wouldn't resolve anything and it wouldn't give her confidence. But I did have an issue, which I fixed, okay? Because I thought it out. But I don't need to tell her that, because like you and your communication going up and down and not telling the truth here and lying and just bullshitting and lying. We have to get to the conclusion side, because it's only going to make our relationship stronger.
And it's never a lie. It's just a distortion of the truth on occasion.
Okay, Your Honor. That would be a lie.
It's not a lie,
Okay.
because it always comes full circle. And in the moment, it's the truth.
Okay, last thing real quick. Even like Angie lost her significant other 6 months ago, and they were a great couple. Angie's probably looking at herself going, oh, I'm done with a relationship. My dad, who's 80 years old, 80 years old, has a wife.
That's now
young,
Ken's mom.
and she's younger than me.
Yep.
Okay. And all this happened within a year after my mom died. And my mom and my dad had a great relationship. So the better your relationship was, the faster it is to recover.
Yes.
And what we're learning now is this. You guys, you ladies, as long as you listen to the things we're talking about and create security and confidence and really make the relationship priority, you can live until you die in a great, wonderful relationship.
That's so true.
And that's about it. Anything
With
else?
82%, what did you say, communication, which to me is 96.
97 it went up to.
No,
okay?
96 point.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, for me, 86 it went up. It went up to 87.
But after this call, I think I'm going to bring it back down to 43.
43. Okay, Jared, your hair looks great. Okay.
Jared, your hair
And
looks great.
that's about it. That's all we got going on, everyone. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you so much for, hey, ladies out there, if you have a great man in your life or a man that you feel needs great men around them, please have them come to Metal. Just go to metal.international. We make better husbands, better fathers, better brothers, and better partners. So make sure you send them our way. And that's my commercial. Nothing else from you? Sandy's launching NFT. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.